Welcome to Bible Logos. I'm Laura Worcester, your broadcast host. I'm here today to bring you part 2 of the message, If a Harlot Could Do It, by our very own Pastor Rose Charley. Please remember to like and share this message on social media with your friends and family. All right, here we go with part 2, If a Harlot Could Do It.
Then you got the sugar mamas who spend her money on younger people, younger men, for romantic or sexual purposes. Don't get quiet now. And then we got some dry babes. I hear Judge Mathis always saying, you're dry begging. Dry begging, you want to know the definition? I know what you want to ask for something indirect in a roundabout way. Y'all getting it? Dropping hints that are not clear or straightforward. Making requests for money somehow, a favor. Don't get quiet now. Number 2, when someone doesn't ask you for something, but they keep telling you about it, they dry begging. And so we have names for prostitutes. When I looked for harlot, I kept looking and what names could I give a harlot? And it says a call girl. It says a floozy, a hooker. Y'all are really getting quiet. A hussy. Y'all help me out. Y'all know some names. Lady of pleasure. A loose woman. A slut. A streetwalker. Oh, y'all heard them before? A tramp. A woman on the streets. Well, I got news for you. With this woman, we talk about heard it through the grapevine. Here was a woman who was a Canaanite. And God used a Canaanite woman. Somebody told her about a God. And it's strange to me how we are none of that, men or women sitting here. Y'all look deep. Y'all look so safe. I know none of that. You never heard this before. But I need to let you know God had a plan. And God have a plan in all of our lives. And I need to let you know that God can use anybody he wants to, whether you like them or whether whatever they do, he love them anyway. So here, this hooker or this prostitute, God had a plan because God had told the children of Israel he had delivered them and he was taking them to the promised land. And when he was taking them to a land flowing with milk and honey. And see, when God could use somebody, he could use them till he used them up. I need to let you know that Joshua and Caleb, they had 12. Remember when he brought them out of Egypt? They were the only 2 came back with a good report. But God then had promised Joshua, I'll be with you. He didn't use 12 because sometimes you can't use everybody. You might as well say, man, pastor by yourself. He used 2. He did just the opposite because you see, God doesn't bless us the same way all the time. So Joshua decided to send 2 of his spies. He said, God has told me the only way we're going to get to the land, he says, we got to go through Jericho. So God has a plan. He said, but I want you to go to the hooker's house. And I said, Joshua, you so anointed? Like these sitting here and you so powerful, God's man, and you sending 2 men to a prostitute house? He said, yeah, Rose, tend to your business because when God has a plan, I could use whoever I want to. And so I said, I'm going to get out your Kool-Aid. I don't know the flavor. He sent those 2 spies over to Jericho. Now, the only way they can get in there, because the hooker's house or the prostitute house was on a hill. All the men went to Rahab. Rahab must have been good. Like all of y'all. Come on, y'all. She made her living there, and she was concerned, but I'm sure, if y'all don't mind me, because I know none of y'all did that, after, how did she hear about it? She heard about the men that were traveling to and fro, those that were from Jericho, those that were coming from Jericho, and they were going to Rahab's house, and she had something to sell, and everybody went there. So he said, I want you to go to Rahab. They went to Rahab. When they got to, and guess what? When they got to Rahab, somebody say Rahab lied. No, this was war. She didn't lie. And when you need something from God, you can do what you want to do. But you see, God's plan had fixed Rahab. Rahab's house was a whorehouse. They're getting quiet now, Pastor. But when God sent those men there, he made it a prayer house.
Welcome back. If you like what you've heard so far, tune in tomorrow for part 3 of the message, If a Harlot Could Do It. Please remember to like and share this message with your friends and family. I'm Laura Worcester, and I want you to remember that the sower sows the word, and therefore it is with the same measure you meet that it shall be measured unto you again.